Hello tribe, welcome back to my channel. So before we start, I'd like to say that I currently have mini readings. If you're new to my channel, I am open for one question, $21 readings once a month, and I think I have left around 10 slots. The delivery date, if you are watching it upon the release of this video, is the 30th of March. So if you need more information, head to the website. I think I'll also leave a comment and pin it with the link if you are in need. And let's go, pile number 1, 2, and 3. Choose yours, use your intuition, and I'll see you in timestamps. Hey, group number 1, let's see what is happening with you next week and a half. I pre-pulled a couple of cards. We're gonna pull more as we go, okay? We have assimilate life experience. We're gonna leave this one on the side for now. We have music. This is in between tarot, by the way. We have 2 of Cups. And this is not an English deck, so I'm going to have to translate this for you. Sorry about my throat. I'm still recovering from cold. Now, these cards have the light and the dark aspect. The light aspect says philosophical look at life, at challenges, not life. Courage to be yourself, being clear-minded and being focused. Now, the dark side of this card is being burdened by issues of other people, feeling weak, feeling sorry for oneself, and feeling that you cannot change anything. And for a lot of you, I was focusing when I pulled this card on your light aspects, where your power lies. Next week, we have these cards speak to one another, actually. We have music. It seems like in 2 of Cups, these people are dancing in the assimilate life experience. It's very theatrical. So it feels like next week and a half for you, it's a very creative time that you are going through. And if you're gonna be pulled, if you're gonna be drawn to create, you're going to find yourself creating very unique stuff, whatever that would be, DIY, painting, creating music, singing, or anything else that you're going to be doing creatively. Overall, your cards are saying great life experiences can be found in creation, as well as focusing on connections to other people, with other people. There is something that you have, a skill or a talent that you have that's going to be needed next week and a half. You want to focus on it. You want to focus on your skill set. You want to figure out what it is that you can do with it, or how can you improve. A very well orchestrated week. I'm also seeing people going to theater, people going to a concert, to see maybe a play. Overall, spending time in places that are rich in heritage or in culture. You may be very drawn to it already, and as if your soul is calling you to have those experiences. We have double it too, so you might see synchronicities, and particularly when you're gonna see number 2 next week, we're gonna have, it's going to be asking you to express yourself in some sort of creative way, or for another group of people, what I'm picking up, to reach out to the one that you love. The first person that's gonna pop in your head is the person that it feels like their higher self is asking you to reach out to them. They consciously might not know why they need to talk to you, but once you give them a call, you're going to find out why. There's gonna be information exchange, or someone has to release something through a conversation, or overall just connecting to one another. This could be platonic, romantic, business, is going to be very beneficial for both. I'm also seeing that you are protected next week and a half. Protected by a guide or a spirit animal. Let's see what else. I want to pull cards from the Super Lunaris deck. Ooh, cards are flying. 1 second. Let me pick them up. I don't feel like I want to take them. Let me reshuffle. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. We have a Star. Justice. Page of Pentacles. Strength. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. I'm getting a message that you're going to be surprised by someone next week and a half. Whoever that person is, they are very charming. What is the surprise about? Let's see. You're going to be surprised that someone is not taking an opportunity, or someone decided to separate ways with someone else. And somehow this is important to you. I don't know why someone else's story is being shown here, but if it's coming through, it means it's going to be impactful. I'm also seeing a lot of laughter next week and a half. I'm seeing someone receiving a gift, something that they have deserved for a while now. And now this doesn't have to be material. It could be, that gift could be an idea or a light bulb moment connected to your wish or your dream that takes you closer to it. Or in order for you, for example, to create something, to say if you started your own business, for example, and you needed one thing, one resource that you didn't have, and you are waiting for it to come through, or you are waiting to be paid money in order to finish something, you are getting that money. If anything was missing, say maybe clarity, how do I go from point A to point B? I know that I really want that, I don't know how to approach it. You're getting clarity. Overall, you're very happy. I really like this vibe for the next week and a half. You're very happy. You're standing strong. You're very creative. You also, I'm seeing, freeing yourself from someone else's issues or someone else's troubles that you were involved in very closely, and you are not supposed to live someone else's life to that extent, or to worry about their life to the extent that you were worrying about them. You're understanding next week and a half that your life experience is yours and someone else is going through theirs. All you can do is to be present and create space for them. But you don't have to take on the emotions, the pain, the guilt, the shame, whatever they are experiencing. If anyone was dealing with formalities, would it be law, would it be documents of some sorts or forms that had to be filled, I'm seeing that everything is being sorted. There is no need to worry about that. The luck is on your side, if that makes sense. Let's see what else. Sorry, I'm just getting comfortable. What to watch out for? Is there anything that you need to watch out for next week and a half? Anything to watch out for? We have Three of Swords. We have Knight of Pentacles. It's a very quick message. Basically, it's saying make sure that you don't hurt yourself by waiting for someone or for something to happen. What I mean by that, do not waste your time. If you're noticing, say in a job or in a relationship, that something is dragging, it's not happening, you're pushing it and it's not happening, or you're waiting for a message from someone, it's not coming through, your cards are saying don't waste your time, otherwise you may hurt yourself. okay? Value your time more and value your heart. Take care of your heart, pile number one. Next week we're gonna have this could be connected to a relationship, or it's a physical message for your physical body. Focus on your heart, take care of your heart. Anything else? And what's your money? Let me see, what is the advice here? Okay. When it comes to money, your cards are saying, look for something new as addition to your resources. If you're seeing that the same thing that you're doing is not bringing you what you want, next week we're gonna have expand your vision, expand your radius. Say if you sent a CV to a company close to your home, or a job close to your home, your cards are saying expand your radius a bit. There might be something a little bit outside of that line that you have drawn. I hope this is making sense. Let's see, what is the message, the advice for the next week we're gonna have from the Ocean deck. We have life is better together. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family, friends, or others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. Yes, connect to people that you love. If you will need support next week, we're gonna have, don't be a hermit, do not close the door and go through it on your own. You know that you can do it, but next week your cards are saying connect to others. It's very important to focus on community, okay? So I hope that this made sense, pile number one. If you need more content, find me on Patreon. If you are in need of a mini reading, one question, $21. I'm open for those once a month. You can find a comment down below. It's going to be pinned in the comment section to the link, okay? Have a beautiful one. Until the next time. Hey, group number two, let's see what is happening with you next week. We're gonna have, the first card we have is temper your criticism. This is not an English deck. I'll translate it for you in a second. This card we're gonna look at the end. This is your advice, your message for the next week we're gonna have. We also have freedom, Knight of Cups, okay, and bergamot. Okay, let's talk about bergamot. It has the shadow and the light aspect, and my intention pulling this card was to look at where your power lies at the light aspect for the next week we're gonna have. It says accepting the self, self-confidence, optimism, knowing that you are loved. And it's interesting because right on the other side we have temper your criticism. And it feels like what you're dealing with next week we're gonna have, you recognizing where you picked up self-judgment or self-criticism when you were growing up, or maybe in one of your relationships, romantic relationships, and you want to figure out why you tend to do that to yourself, and to what extent it's healthy and when it becomes unhealthy. And in that way, you tapping into more love. You are setting yourself free from judgment and criticism. Once you do that, it feels like you're becoming much more compassionate towards others too, because you don't punish yourself for a mistake that you made, or the way you look, or whatever the case. And it seems like you're setting yourself free from the criticism, or at least that's a topic for the next week we're gonna have to tap into it, to see who you're around, how other people act. Are they overly criticizing you at all times? You didn't put a cup in the right place, how your hair looks like today, and it's continuous. And it feels like someone wants to have a conversation about that. We have a Knight of Cups here, and this is in between tarot, by the way. That's why on the side you have the Queen of Cups. It feels like we have freedom, by the way, we have white birds. Someone is making you feel, or maybe helping you set yourself free from that self-judgment or self-criticism. Someone that you're spending time with next week, we're going to have romantic, platonic, doesn't matter, is making you feel very safe, very cared for. And as if they're able to heal unintentionally, even some of the things that you might have gone through in the past. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's connected to low self-value in a way, or doubting yourself. Someone may lift your spirit, I'm seeing here. I'm going to use the Game of Thrones Tarot to pull more cards. Let's pull one card on a temporary criticism. We have the Five of Spears. Knight of Spears. And Page of Spears. A lot of wands here. Feels like someone tends to be very fiery or very hot-headed. And when they are in a situation that somehow challenges them, maybe that's when that criticism comes through. Say, for example, someone wins a game. A person wins a game and the other person becomes very hot-headed and they're like, you only won the game because of this, or you only won the game because of that. It's almost as if someone is competing so much in order to be on the top. It's difficult for them to lose. It's difficult for someone to lose, but it's because they haven't learned that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, or their ego was hurt or damaged at some point very intensely, and it's very difficult for this person anytime they feel that they're not as good, or if something happens that makes them feel that they're in the second place. It's hard for them to accept that. And next week, that's being highlighted. What is an advice here? Making sure that someone finds a better balance between the two. I know I'm valuable, but even if I lost that game, for example, it doesn't mean that I'm a loser. It just happens. I don't have to be the best at everything. I can't be the best at everything. I need to be more softer with myself, as well as I need to become softer with others, because it shows on my relationships too. So let me have a sip of coffee. Okay, let's pull more cards. What's up next week? We're gonna have I'm clarifying the Knight of Spears for the Nine of Cups. All right, and what is this Seven of Cups about? The Emperor and the Three of Coins. Okay, what's important next week we're gonna have is relationship with a boss, or relationship with, and I'm not talking romantically for most of you, or a relationship with a person who has these leadership skills, who tends to be bossy, who's very goal-oriented, who is very well structured, who knows what to do when. It feels like you're thinking what to do about that partnership, or how to go about it. So maybe something's going to happen at work or in your personal relationships with this Emperor archetype. You're going to be thinking, what should I do? How should I approach this either collaboration or this connection that I have with this person? Let me see, why are you in your head? Why are you in your head? Let me adjust you slightly. Card on the floor, give me a sec. Actually, two. We have the moon and we have the page of coins. It's like you are unclear if they're going to give you something that you want or if you're going to receive something that you want from them. So in a work situation, it could be good feedback, it could be bonus, it could be amount of money, it could be praise of some sorts. In personal relationships, it's something else. Can they give me something maybe substantial? Or am I able to have something substantial with this person? Okay, clarify the Eight of Swords. I like that the Eight of Swords sits on top of the Freedom card. If you had difficulties with your mental state, if you felt very scattered or if you couldn't focus or there was chaos in your head, the next week and a half is going to be much better. You're setting yourself free from some sort of either idea or way of thinking, habit, or a very difficult or negative thought that kept returning. Let's see, yeah. The fight is over, what I'm picking up with this. The fight is over. We have the Magician and Justice. You are being shown why you worried about one particular situation in your life for so long. And this is a bit mysterious though, so it's not going to ring a bell for everyone. But whatever this is that you've been thinking about, you kept running in circles in your head. Next week and a half, you're going to be shown why. What can you do about that situation and why it's in your life or why it's happening at all. Now, one more story for my people who are not married or not in long-term relationships, who are dating or who are single. I am picking up that next week and a half, you may cross paths with someone or someone that you already know of, who is very charismatic, who is full of energy, who likes to play, who likes to be free. They're going to do something that's going to make you feel that your dream has come true, either by showing you attention or taking you on a date or kissing you or whatever the case. You're going to feel that this person, almost like they helped you to be on cloud nine in some way. But one thing that I want to say with the Knight of Spears, if you're looking for long-term relationship, Knight of Spears is not always the person who stays, but maybe they're not supposed to stay in your life. Maybe you're supposed to experience something with them and then split ways. Okay, let me take these cards back. Let me see if there's anything else. At the beginning of the week, you may feel a bit confused. I'm seeing 3-4 days into the week, you becoming much more clear in your head. I'm seeing you have your focus back. Let's read the message for the next week. Back on task. Yeah, what did I say? Be sure you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project that you are working on. All could use some fine tuning. Let's see, what is the best way to approach your projects or your goals? What is the best way to approach them? We have the Hangman. Take time to think what you want to do. Take time to think how you want to earn your money. Look at the Four of Coins image right here. The way these people are earning money is not the most enjoyable. So that's why some of you may be in a hangman state. It's not to say that things are stagnant. You're going to be given time, or you're going to be shown that you need to sit down and rethink something, or amend something, or find a better way at working, better tactic, better strategy, in order for you to get your motivation back, but also in order for you to get better results. Okay, I hope this made sense. If you are in need of a mini reading, I still have, I think, around 10 available for this month, but I'm going to close on the 29th of March, and delivery date is the 30th. It's one question, $21. I will pin a comment with a link down below. And if you need more content, find me on Patreon. Thank you for being here. Until the next one, try. Bye. Hey, group number 3, let's see what is up with you next week and a half. We have Explore Your Ancestry. This is not an English deck, so I'll translate it to you in a second. We have Author. We have Page of Wands. This is in between tarot, by the way. And we also have one more card that we're going to look at later down the line. It's going to be a message and advice for the next week we're going to have. With this card, my intention was to look at where your power lies, and we're going to look at the light aspect of this card. And it says courage, belief, stamina, going after your goals, healing, transformation, and rebirth. Now, the dark aspect of this card says strong emotional pain, suffering, trauma, agony, feeling that you lost hope, being hurt, and self-destruction. So some of you maybe have experienced this in the past, but what you are focusing on next week and a half is being courageous, having faith, transformation, and rebirth. And what I'm picking up straight away for a lot of you next week and a half, you may be very drawn to the books. Maybe you are an author. Maybe you are writing a book, or you've written books already. Some of you may want to start maybe writing poems, may want to start writing about your experiences. It's very creative, but what I want to say, anything that you are writing about or creating next week and a half, it's almost as if it comes from your ancestry line. So some of the stories that you may think of, you may think that it's just a story, but deep down you feel like it's coming from somewhere deep. And some of you will be writing your downloads on a piece of paper, something that you're picking up from up there, or something that you feel you experienced in the past. And it could be some stories that are connected to a past life. I'm also seeing people watching movies, and when they watch movies, one of the story hits them very close. It's very close to their heart. They might not know why, because they haven't experienced this in this lifetime, but it could be an experience or similar experience that you had in past life. So pay attention to what feels like it's coming from somewhere else, but it's true to you. You've been through that. And for a lot of you, you will want to express it in some way. Singing, writing, poems. I'm also seeing someone pulling out their phone, and there's a note app, and they write down something there. Okay, let me get comfortable. I'm also picking up that a lot of you will be drawn to learning, studying, overall books. It's all about learning, experience, wanting more knowledge, more wisdom. You're like a sponge next week we're gonna have. So whatever you learn, it feels like it sticks with you for a long time. If you had difficulties absorbing information, I feel like you won't have it next week we're gonna have. Okay, I want to clarify, explore your ancestry. We have 9 of Cups. I really want to say, like, some of you may be doing some sort of regression work, or meditating in order to understand what has happened in your family line. Maybe some of you have done ancestral healing, and the benefits of it is going to show next week and a half. I'm also seeing that you may want to give a call or connect to someone whom you haven't seen for a long time, but they are part of your family. Or someone that you're not as close to, but they are part of a family. I'm also seeing people visiting family members who live abroad, or who live in general far away from where they live. I'm seeing gatherings, I'm seeing reconnections to people. Those who are their bloodline, or those who are considered blood family. Sometimes we choose our family, right? It's not necessarily the same blood. What's up next week and a half? We have death, so it goes very well with rebirth over here. We talked about it. We have a phoenix. We have magician. We have the high priestess. It's like you're being reborn, and the moment that you're reborn energetically, I'm speaking energetically here, it feels like you feel new again. You feel new and you feel refreshed, but at the same time you feel like you have a stronger connection to your intuition. So if some of you have felt disconnected lately, next week you are being reconnected again. Reconnecting to your own intuition, as well as people or someone in particular in your circle. And that's your strength, right? So you're coming back to strength here. We also have the moon, the emperor, the hangman, the tower. There's a big shift taking place next week and a half. Be ready to be reborn. It may not be fun at first. It may feel like a tower moment, but it feels like it's necessary so that you're open for the fresh energy, or it's like that tower, it cleanses the slate again. And you are in need of that because you want to be more focused. You want to have maybe a slightly different perspective. You want to try new things. Yeah, it's interesting, see, after this phase over here where you're like unsure, you may be unsure what kind of strategy to use if you are in control of your life, or how to be more in control of your life. We're not fully in control, right? But as much as you can be, then you're taking a moment to stop and think about it. You're like, okay, what can I do? How can I do this better? And then the tower strikes. It's like you're inviting change unconsciously. And when the change happens, it may feel a bit chaotic because it's almost like I'm seeing repairing of DNA, change happening on a molecular level almost. And once that cleanses itself, it's like the excessive energy or energy that's not part of you, it's not supposed to be part of you anymore, or way of thinking that you don't want anymore, you want to change a habit, for example. You go through that transformation, and it feels like after the storm there is peace and happiness here with the Ace of Cups and Ten of Cups. It's going to impact your relationship with others as well as with yourself. There is more love, there is more joy, there is more laughter. What to watch out for next week and a half? Anything to watch out for? We have the Five of Coins. We have the Queen of Coins. Don't lie to yourself that you have nothing when it comes to resources, or that you're poor. Your cards are saying you have you have opportunities, you have roof above your head. Things are not as bad as you make them to be sometimes financially. So make sure not to be stuck in that victim mode mentality. You have a choice. Either you want to sit in it, it's completely up to you, or you want to focus on what you can create, what you can get, resources that are out there. Okay, I hope this made sense. Anything else? Yeah, and some of you have children here. It feels like you're very focused on showing the best example for your children. And it's not by words, it's by actions. How you lead yourself throughout life, how graceful you walk, how you deal with difficulties, how you manage problems, how you solve them. It's not through words that you're showing them example, good example, but it's through your actions, and you're focusing more on that. What kind of mindset you have, right? For others of you who don't have children, this is your inner child. This is your younger version of self. It's like you taking that younger version of, I can't speak, younger version of self by hand and saying, hey, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to be brave. I'm going to show you how to solve issues. Or I'm going to remember who you were and how as a kid you saw opportunities everywhere. I'm going to borrow that mindset from you. I will reinstall it in my system and use it for today. It's like the connection between the younger and older version. You exchanging energies in a way. Let's see, what is your message or advice for the next week and a half? We have the gift of neutrality. Balance is at work in your life. Yin and yang are opposites in energy, but reside side by side to create the gift of neutrality. And this, for me, talks about the tower moment when, remember how I said, the clean slate. Don't be afraid to let something go. Next week and a half, some of you may want to clean your house. You want to start fresh, right? You want to wake up to a clean home, or you want to let go of what you feel like is dragging you down. It could be a habit even, right? And you want to neutralize your space in order to create again, or to have a better relationship with self in some way. So I hope this made sense. If you are in need of a mini reading, I'm open for those once a month. One question, $21. The link is in the comment section. I'm going to pin it, and I think I still have 10 slots available. And if you need more content, find me on Patreon. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.